Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for my client Michelle's vlog, and we got 150 pounds on the floor press, and I do want to note this is done at the strictest version of it. She's got legs straight, not feet down with the knees bent. This is the hardest variation of the floor press. So obviously it's going to be a little less than she benches, and as a coach I'm actually pretty happy with that lift. I'm pretty happy with it. All right, for a lot of the supplemental work, I mixed it up a little bit this time and put some of the stuff from the dynamic days in too, just to keep it a little more interesting. But for supplemental work, we do some basic stuff. We do a nice wide grip bench with a pause for sets of 10 reps. And we do that, again, we're trying to bring her chest up. Right now, her pecs are more or less her limiting factor on the bench. She has crazy strong triceps, her lats are strong, all right? We've seen what she can do with JM presses, which you guys will see here in a bit. She's literally doing JM presses with, something like 85 pounds, 4 sets of 10. Her triceps are strong. Okay, pecs are the only thing holding that bench back. So we're double downing on the pec work. So I have her doing flat bench with pauses, then we do dumbbell work behind it. It's a combination I really like for people with pecs that are lagging, particularly if we need to just build the whole pec up. I think this is a good combination. For people who have a little bit different imbalance, I like the incline. But in her case, because of where she's weakest at, this is what we need at the moment. Again, I would like just general hypertrophy. We need bigger pectorals, and we need the whole pec bigger, not just certain regions of it. So it's a great combination to achieve that. She does barbell rows right now. Yes, there's a bit of body English on these, but keep in mind, she's up working with something like 170 pounds at this point, 165. I'm not sure. I need to check the notes. I have guys who can't do this. All right, I got guys who can't do this. This is, one of my drug-tested female powerlifters, guys. So again, lats are strong. And here's the JM presses. Notice that's a pair of 10s on each side of that bar. Okay, tricep strength, not an issue. So when you look at this, and look at the range of motion. So when people see her benching something like 165 with a pause, okay, and the fact that she can close grip just as much as she wide grips, even though we've been training wide grip now, and then you see this JM press. This is for 3 sets of 10. All right. It's very, very clear where our weak link is. Right? It's pecs. You need to bring the pecs up. Because look at her lat strength. Look at the tricep strength. Okay? You look at those, and most people would be expecting her to bench 200 pounds. All right. I always like to have her do a set of band press downs. Why? I like to do a set of band press downs at the end. Mainly I want to keep her elbow tendons healthy because she does have a tendency to want to bench with a closed grip. She's strong there. We do that really heavy tricep work. I want to keep those tendons healthy. So I like to throw in a set of these just to get blood flow and everything to the tendons. Just a good idea. All right, squatting. Some people didn't like this earlier this week, or like it was a hair high. And I'm okay with that. She'll get it dialed in. At meet, she sinks it and passes every time. Sometimes in training we run into phases where it's a bit of a fight, but when it comes to meet day, she pretty consistently gets depth. So, again, I stay on top of her about it. I get people who will see the footage and they want to say something. I'm like, trust me, guys, I'm on it, and I always remind her of it. And again, I'm as the coach who needs to see her numbers up there because it reflects on me. And I want to see her do her best. I'm obviously handling that. So people don't really need to chime in to the degree they do. Okay? Because I want her to pass and meet. Right? Trying to make her into a world champion. So we're aware of those things, guys. There's no need for everyone to get all upset about it. All right. Of course, she does hip thrusts on the machine right now, which I'm fine with. I like the barbell for that also. But at the end of the day, for lower body, I'm actually okay with my lifters using a lot of machines, right? Machines are fine. We get enough loading in. We do a lot of squatting and pulling, especially if I work good mornings back in later for her. We get a lot of that stuff in. So I'm not worried. Plus, she does so much extra core work, which I tend to put up in shorts and reels for everyone. She does a lot of core work. I'm not worried about core stability or anything else when we get max effort work and speed work on the axial loading lift. So if we want to use machines to build the lower body, to build glutes, hamstrings, quads, adductors, whatever we need to do, all good. It's all good. You know, keep in mind we also have stuff like the glute ham raises that we do. So there was her speed benching, and I just do the speed benching and the band work just because the band work is a good clip. All right, dynamic effort all over. Speed boxes with the safety bar. Speed boxes with the safety bar. Right. And that is to a parallel box. So you guys can see, yes, she is capable of hitting depth. She can do it. Just like she does in meets. All right, speed pulls. We always do conventional for her, mainly because sumo's just hurt. She tends to pull hamstring. She has a little bit of like a bone spur on the back of her knee that it just gets irritated when we do sumo. So we don't do sumo. Very simple solution, right? A lot of my lifters, we do 3-week phases of sumo, and we rotate it with conventional. With her, I don't bother. You know what? She broke a state record in her last deadlift, and we only train conventional for her. No problem. Fully expect her to eventually deadlift 405, right, as a submasters. No doubt in my mind she's going to get there eventually. I don't have to have sumos to do that for her. I like training a lot of my lifters on both, but some lifters are just not suited to sumo for a variety of reasons, injuries, again, bone spurs, certain tendon issues. There's other problems we run into, and if that's the case, then there's no need for us to do it. I only pull conventional these days, and I have an elite deadlift. I've done my share of sumo. And like I said, I for a lot of people, I like them to be well-rounded and do both. It's nice if they can. Right? All right, over here she's doing her split squats with dumbbells. Again, I really, really like split squats with a dumbbell. It's a great way to build more glute, more quad, more adductor, and grip at the same time. So if you want to double down and get extra grip training in, right here, great way to do it while still building your legs up. Works very, very well. And then of course she finishes up with band pull throughs. This will help her with her weak link on the deadlift. Lockouts are the hardest part for her. The following through on these against that accommodating resistance. Push the hips through, uses the glutes. This will help with your deadlift lockouts, right? And we push these pretty hard for her. And again, this is how we fix weak points, right? It's a great hypertrophy exercise that we can get a pump in the glutes and everything with that will help her with carryover directly to her weakest link on the deadlift. That's a win-win. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.